I am Dr. Agnes Xu, archaeologist in the Director China Institute.
Beneath the Great Wall of China, scientists made a shocking discovery. Fossil remains hidden deep in the ground, locked away for ages.
Local materials available to them, and you can see there's little bits of stick and straw sticking out.
They also found strange biocrust layers and mysterious doors built into the wall, but no one knows why they are there. What secrets are buried beneath this ancient wonder? First, Shuidonggu Paleolithic site, located adjacent to the Great Wall, unveiled tools and fossils dating back over 30,000 years, offering insights into ancient human activities in the region. Shuidonggu is one of the most mysterious places in China. It's not just an ancient site, it's a window into the past, a place where history hides beneath the earth, waiting to be uncovered. Located in Ningxia, China, this site is over 30,000 years old, making it the earliest Paleolithic site in the country. But the real mystery? The people who lived here, the objects they left behind, and the secrets buried in time. Imagine this. Thousands of years ago, in a time before written history, people walked this land. They built fires, made tools, and crafted beautiful ornaments. Today, over 50,000 artifacts have been found here, each one a clue to how ancient humans lived. The site was first discovered in 1920 by a French paleontologist named Émile Lisson. He stumbled upon something incredible, a rhinoceros fossil and ancient stone tools buried in the ground. This led to deeper excavations in 1923, and since then, archaeologists have been uncovering more and more secrets from the past. So, what makes this place so special? First, there's the Great Wall of China. Yes, part of it runs right through the site. But even older than the wall are the stone tools left behind by prehistoric people. Some are rough and simple, while others are finely crafted blades and microblades. How did they learn to make such precise tools? Where did they get the materials? Some stones came from far away, hinting that these people traveled long distances or traded with others. Then, there are the ostrich eggshell beads. Over 80 beautifully polished, finely perforated beads were found, most of them colored red with ochre. These beads suggest that people here cared about beauty, fashion, and possibly even symbolic meanings. But why ostrich eggs? Did they hunt ostriches, or did they trade with others who did? And here's another incredible find: bone needles and an awl dating back 13,000 years. This means these ancient people likely made clothing. But how advanced were their skills? Did they sew intricate designs? Did they use animal hides or plant fibers? Archaeologists believe that people lived here from the late Pleistocene to Middle Holocene. That's between 32,000 and 6,000 years ago. Each discovery adds another piece to the puzzle, showing how early humans survived, adapted, and even expressed themselves through art and craftsmanship. Shuidonggu is more than just an archaeological site. It's a place filled with unanswered questions and hidden stories. Every artifact tells a tale, and each discovery brings us closer to understanding the mysterious past. Biocrete binding researchers found that certain sections of the wall are held together by a living mortar composed of microorganisms, which has preserved its integrity for centuries. The Great Wall of China is more than just an ancient structure. It's a mystery, built over 21,000 kilometers long. This massive wall has stood strong for thousands of years. But how? What's the secret behind its strength? For a long time, people believed the wall's durability came from its stone and brick construction. But now, scientists have discovered something unexpected, a living secret that helps keep the wall standing. Researchers recently studied parts of the Great Wall and found that many sections are not just made of stone. Instead, they are held together by something called biocrust, a thin, living layer of microorganisms, moss, and lichen. It's like a natural glue, slowly forming over time, protecting the wall from erosion. Ancient workers built sections of the wall using compacted dirt, gravel, and clay. These materials might seem weak compared to solid rock, but over time, they helped create the perfect conditions for biocrust to grow. and this living layer has been silently strengthening the wall for centuries. Scientists collected samples from different parts of the wall, especially sections built during the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 Anno Domini. They found that 67% of the samples contained biocrust. These tiny organisms act like ecosystem engineers, creating a protective cover that shields the wall from wind, rain, and time itself. What's even more incredible is that these organisms actually make the wall stronger. The study showed that sections covered in biocrust were much more stable and less likely to erode than parts left bare. This means that without this living layer, parts of the Great Wall could have crumbled away long ago. It turns out the ancient builders may have understood the power of biocrust without even realizing it. They carefully chose materials that would allow the wall to stay firm over time. The clay, sand, and other natural binders used in the wall's construction created the perfect environment for biocrust to develop. This discovery changes the way we see the Great Wall. It's not just a man-made structure, it's a monument that has adapted and survived with nature's help. The biocrust isn't just part of the wall, it's what's keeping it alive. For centuries, this living skin has worked in silence, guarding one of the greatest human creations in history. Now, we finally know its secret. Ancient weapons caches excavations have unearthed stashes of weapons, including swords and arrowheads, buried beneath the wall, shedding light on the military strategies of past dynasties. Something incredible has been found at the Great Wall of China. Ancient stone bombs buried for over 400 years. Archaeologists recently uncovered 59 of these explosive weapons in a hidden storage space near the battling section of the wall. This discovery gives us a rare look into the military secrets of the Ming Dynasty, when guards stood on the Great Wall watching for invaders, ready to fight. But here's where it gets even more mysterious. These weren't just ordinary weapons. These bombs were made of stone, hollowed out and filled with gunpowder, then sealed and thrown at enemies. They weren't just designed to hit their targets. They exploded on impact, causing massive destruction. During the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644, this type of weapon was a favorite of General Qi Jiguang, a military leader known for his clever war tactics. He helped improve China's defense system, using powerful explosives like these to keep invaders away. Archaeologists found the bombs inside a hidden weapons storehouse, the first ever discovered along the Great Wall in Beijing. This means that centuries ago, soldiers had a special place to keep their deadly weapons, ready for battle at any moment. What's even more chilling? The bombs had inscriptions on them, warning soldiers to stay alert for enemies. Imagine standing guard at the Great Wall, holding one of these stone grenades, waiting for the enemy to appear. The Great Wall wasn't just a giant barrier, it was a fully armed battlefield. Along with the bombs, archaeologists also found a stone fort used for cannons, plus an ancient horse-face wall, which gave archers a better position to fire their arrows. They even discovered everyday objects, plates, scissors, and bowls, showing that soldiers lived on the wall for long periods, constantly preparing for war. But this discovery isn't just about weapons, it's about history coming back to life. For over 20 years, China has been working to protect and study the Great Wall, uncovering secrets that had been buried for centuries. In 2021, a rescue project in Yanqing helped researchers understand how the Ming Dynasty built the wall. A year later, archaeologists found personal items at the Jianku section, giving us a glimpse into the lives of the men who once guarded this legendary structure. All of this is leading to something even bigger, the Great Wall National Cultural Park, set to be completed by 2035. This massive project will connect different sections of the Great Wall, preserving its history while also turning it into a cultural and tourism hub. But for now, these ancient stone bombs remain a powerful reminder of the battles fought here, the soldiers who once stood watch, and the hidden mysteries still waiting to be uncovered. An ancient fort near the Great Wall of China once stood as a stronghold, guarding trade routes and defending against invaders. Deep in the deserts of northwestern China, something incredible has been found. For hundreds of years, it was buried, forgotten by time. But now, archaeologists have uncovered the ruins of an ancient Great Wall fort. And here's the twist. It wasn't just for war. This place, called Qingping Fort, was built during the Ming Dynasty, sometime between 1368 and 1644. And what did they find inside? Well, that's where things get really interesting. The team of researchers carefully dug through the layers of history, and what they discovered was astonishing. The fort had 2 courtyards, still standing after centuries underground. And inside, hidden for all those years, were artifacts, statues, tools, objects from a world long gone. These statues, covered in dust and time, were gently cleaned with brushes, revealing the details of their craftsmanship. It's as if they had been waiting to be found, waiting to tell their story. Most people think of the Great Wall as a massive defense system, a barrier to keep invaders out, and in many ways, it was. But this fort, it was different. The experts from the Shanxi Academy of Archaeology believe its main purpose wasn't war at all. Instead, it was a place of trade, peaceful exchanges, and a meeting point for people from different lands. Imagine that, an ancient fortress, not for battle, but for business, for travelers, for stories and cultures blending together. The Great Wall is massive, stretching across China for 12,000 miles, made up of many forts like this one. Some parts are only a few hundred years old, while others have been standing for thousands of years. And yet, it still holds secrets. Just when we think we know everything, history surprises us. And here's something even more mind-blowing. The Great Wall is one of the few man-made structures that can be seen from space. For centuries, it has been explored, studied, and admired. But even now, it keeps revealing new mysteries. This latest discovery shows that we still have so much to learn about the past. What else is hiding beneath the sands? What other forgotten places are waiting to be found? The answers might be buried just beneath our feet. Shimao Neolithic City. Once mistaken for a part of the Great Wall, the Shimao site revealed a 4,000-year-old Neolithic city with advanced fortifications and evidence of human sacrifices. For years, people in a small village in China thought the old, crumbling walls near their homes were part of the Great Wall. It made sense. After all, the Great Wall runs through the area. But then, something strange started happening. Locals and even looters kept finding pieces of jade buried in the rubble. Jade doesn't come from this area. The nearest source is nearly 1,000 miles away. So why was it here? That was just the first mystery. When archaeologists came to investigate, they realized the walls weren't part of the Great Wall at all. What they found instead was a lost city buried for thousands of years. This place, now called Shimao, turned out to be a massive fortress city with 6 miles of stone walls, a giant pyramid, and eerie evidence of human sacrifice. Even more shocking, this city was built 4,300 years ago, 500 years before China's earliest known civilization. It was older than anyone expected. And then, just as mysteriously as it had thrived, the entire city was abandoned. No one knows why. Before excavations had to stop due to the COVID-19 pandemic, archaeologists uncovered 70 strange stone carvings, serpents, monsters, and half-human creatures that looked like artwork from much later Chinese dynasties. But this wasn't supposed to exist in a civilization this old. Something wasn't adding up. Shimao wasn't just old, it was powerful. The city's pyramid stood 230 feet high, towering over everything, almost like a warning. At its peak was a palace where the city's rulers lived, protected by massive stone walls and surrounded by temples and workshops. The whole city was built for war. Its defenses were incredibly advanced, gates that trapped enemies, towers to launch attacks, and walls so thick they took an unimaginable amount of stone to build. Clearly, this place had enemies. And then, there was the creepiest discovery: human skulls buried under the city walls. Scientists believe this was part of some ritual, but why? Why did they sacrifice people when building the city? And why was jade, something incredibly rare, embedded inside the walls? Legends talk about sacred places where immortals live. Was Shimao once believed to be one of them? Shimao is now the largest known Neolithic city in China, and history has been rewritten. It proves that Chinese civilization didn't just begin in the Central Plains. It had powerful, unknown roots. And yet, this once mighty city was completely forgotten, lost for thousands of years until now. The mysterious door along the Great Wall of China is a hidden passageway shrouded in secrets and legends. A new exhibition in Tianjin, China, is revealing a hidden mystery of the Great Wall, its secret doors. These are not ordinary gates, but small, hidden passageways built into the wall, almost invisible from the outside. They were carefully designed to blend into the stone, making them nearly impossible to spot. For centuries, these doors remained a secret, their purpose and locations mostly unknown. But now, thanks to years of research and advanced technology, experts have uncovered their existence, changing what we know about this ancient wonder. A research team from Tianjin University started investigating in 2018. Using ultra-low-altitude drones, they captured over 2 million images of the Great Wall, covering 90% of the sections built during the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644. With the help of ancient maps and historical records, they found more than 220 of these hidden doors. Before this, only a few had been discovered, and most of what was known came from old documents. Now, physical evidence proves these secret doors were real, and their role in history was far greater than anyone had imagined. These doors were not just random openings. They were designed with purpose. Some were so narrow that only one person could pass through at a time. Soldiers had to give a secret code to re-enter. Others were larger, wide enough for 2 horses to move through, and used for trade and communication. The Great Wall was not just a barrier, it was also a connection between people. During the Ming Dynasty, nomadic tribes were sometimes allowed to pass through these hidden doors to graze their animals in areas with more water and grass. This shows the Great Wall wasn't always about keeping people out. It was also a bridge between different cultures. One of the most fascinating discoveries was a secret door in Hebei province. From the outside, it looked like a solid wall, but inside, it was hollow. Enemies couldn't see where the entrance was, but soldiers inside could break through when needed, launching surprise attacks. Imagine Ming Dynasty soldiers rushing out of a hidden passage at the last moment, turning the tide of battle. Even with all these findings, researchers say their work is not finished. The Great Wall still holds many secrets, and with digital technology, they hope to uncover even more, bringing its true history to light for the world to see. Underground secret tunnels. Archaeologists have discovered hidden tunnels beneath the wall, believed to have been used for troop movements and storage during ancient times. The Great Wall of China is more than just a long wall. It's a massive system of fortification stretching over 13,000 miles, built to protect ancient China from invaders. The first sections were built as early as the 7th century BC, and later, China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, connected parts of the wall. Over the centuries, different dynasties kept adding to it, making it stronger and more complex. But even after all this time, the Great Wall is still full of mysteries, and experts are now using modern technology to uncover them. A documentary by National Geographic, Secrets of the Great Wall, reveals how scientists and historians have made some incredible discoveries, especially about the sections built by the Ming Dynasty. This was a time when China was constantly under attack by powerful warriors from the north. To defend the country, the Ming built the most well-known parts of the Great Wall. But what if there was more to it than just defense? What if the wall itself held hidden passageways and tunnels that no one had noticed before? Chinese researchers, using drones and 3D scanning technology, have now mapped the entire length of the Ming Dynasty's Great Wall. It's the most detailed scan ever attempted, and what they found is truly astonishing. Li Jie, a professor at Tianjin University, scanned 1,300 miles of the wall and discovered more than 50 hidden openings. At first, experts believe these small passageways were used by scouts, soldiers sent out to gather information about enemy movements. But then, They found something that left them completely puzzled. One opening was not like the others. When they studied the details, they realized it wasn't just an ordinary hole in the wall. It wasn't a ruined doorway or a collapsed section. It was something else entirely, a tunnel hidden for centuries. The entrance had been carefully bricked up, sealing it away from sight. This tunnel was unlike anything found before, and no one knows for sure what it was used for. Was it an escape route, a hidden supply channel, a secret military passage? The mystery remains. However, this is not the only underground secret in China. There is also something called the Underground Great Wall, a massive 3,000-mile network of tunnels built to store and transport missiles. It seems that, just like the Great Wall above ground, the hidden world beneath it may still have many secrets waiting to be discovered. Hidden sections of Great Wall in the Gobi Desert. In 2012, explorer William Lindesay uncovered previously uncharted sections of the Great Wall buried beneath the sands of the Gobi Desert, dating back to the 11th century. Deep in the Gobi Desert, far from where anyone expected, researchers found something incredible, a forgotten part of the Great Wall of China. It wasn't even inside China, but in Mongolia, a restricted border zone that almost no one had explored before. This lost section, stretching about 62 miles, had remained hidden for centuries. But thanks to Google Earth, a team of experts finally spotted it and set out on an expedition to see it with their own eyes. What they found was more than just ruins. It was a mystery that could change history. This wall, still standing in some places up to 9 feet tall, was part of a larger system built by different Chinese dynasties to protect their land from invaders. At first, people called it the Wall of Genghis Khan, believing it was built by the Mongols. But as the team studied it closely, they realized that wasn't true. This was no ordinary wall. It was carefully constructed using 2 different materials, one section made from wet mud mixed with desert shrubs, and another built with large blocks of black volcanic rock. These details suggested an advanced level of planning, something that required a large workforce and a well-organized transportation system. The mystery deepened when scientists tested the materials. Carbon dating showed that this wall wasn't as ancient as people thought. It wasn't from the time of Genghis Khan or even the Han Dynasty. Instead, it was built between the years 1040 and 1160 during the Western Xia dynasty, a time when Mongol tribes were growing in power and attacking China. This was shocking because the Western Xia weren't known for building the Great Wall. Yet, here was proof that they did, or at least repaired an older structure. But there was something even stranger. As the team explored the site, they expected to find signs that soldiers had once guarded the wall. But there were no watchtowers, no pottery, no weapons, no coins, nothing. It was as if no one had ever lived or worked there. This raised a new question. Was the wall ever finished? Some experts believe construction may have stopped suddenly, leaving it incomplete. Others think it was abandoned because of the harsh desert conditions. And then there's the name. The Mongolian people call it the Wall of Genghis Khan because it keeps the history tied to their land. But in reality, it may have been a forgotten part of China's Great Wall all along, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. The lost city of Jinsha is an ancient settlement in China, revealing a rich civilization buried for centuries. Something mysterious has been uncovered in Sichuan, China, an ancient lost kingdom buried beneath the earth for thousands of years. Archaeologist Agnes Xu-Tang, determined to solve one of China's greatest puzzles, went on a journey to find answers. What she discovered was a forgotten civilization, one that existed long before written history could explain it. In a place called Jinsha, just outside the city of Chengdu, incredible treasures were found. Gold masks, bronze statues, jade daggers, and piles of ivory. These discoveries left experts stunned. Who were these people? Why did they vanish? Jinsha is one of the most important archaeological finds of the 21st century. Before this, the ancient kingdom of Sanqingdui was believed to be the center of power in Sichuan, but after its decline, Jinsha rose in its place. However, something strange happened. Around 500 before Common Era to 200 before Common Era, Jinsha completely disappeared. No one knows exactly why. Some believe a political revolution wiped them out. Others think earthquakes or floods destroyed their civilization. The mystery remains unsolved. The discovery of Jinsha was completely accidental. On February 8, 2001, a construction crew digging for a new building suddenly hit something unusual. A drain filled with ancient artifacts. The moment experts arrived, they knew this was something big. As they dug deeper, they found bronze tools, jade ornaments, and massive amounts of ivory. But the most shocking find was a beautiful golden sunbird, a delicate gold piece that became a national symbol of China. They also uncovered a smiling gold mask, unlike anything seen before. These discoveries were not just rare, they were priceless. Jinsha had no city walls or moats, unlike other ancient cities. It was spread out across a vast area, divided by the Modi River. The way people lived there was different from other Bronze Age civilizations. The pottery found at the site dates back to the late Shang and Western Zhou dynasties, proving that Jinsha was a major center of culture and power. The designs of these artifacts closely match those found in Sanxingdui, linking the two civilizations. Despite all the discoveries, many questions remain. If Jinsha was once a powerful capital, why did it disappear so suddenly? Where did its people go? The ruins tell a story of a lost civilization, one that still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. Jinsha is not just a site filled with ancient relics, it is a key to unlocking a forgotten past, a place where history itself is a mystery. What lies beneath the Great Wall of China isn't just history, it's a mystery that rewrites what we thought we knew. These unbelievable discoveries remind us that the past still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. As scientists dig deeper, who knows what other astonishing truths might be hidden beneath our feet? One thing's for sure, history is far from finished telling its story.